Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our esteemed chief guests, the Honorable Sports Minister, Shri Govind Gaude ji. Good evening, esteemed guests, distinguished speakers, and dear participants. I am Dr. Karen Tiwari, Assistant Professor, Sports Nutrition at the National Sports University, and I will be your host for the valedictory function. As we draw the curtains on this remarkable journey of a fruitful and enriching international conference centered around a beautiful theme, Fit for Life, empowering youth through physical education, sports, and traditional sports, jointly organized by the National Sports University Manipur and Goa University in partnership with Don Bosco College, Panaji. Allow me to extend a warm welcome to each one of you at this valedictory function. It has been an inspiring and insightful conference filled with engaging discussions, groundbreaking research, and an exchange of ideas that will continue to shape the future of physical education and sports. We are honored to have among us distinguished dignitaries who have guided us through this academic and professional endeavor. Now, moving on, let me invite the chief guests and other esteemed dignitaries onto the dais. We have with us on the we. I would request our chief guest, Shri Govind Gaude ji, Honorable Sports Minister of the Directorate of Sports and Youth Affairs, Government of Goa, to kindly come onto the dais. May I also request Professor Usha S. Nair, Vice-Chancellor officiating of the National Sports University, Imphal, also to come on to the dais. Moving ahead, we also have with us Registrar, Goa University, Professor Sundar N. Durai, also. We have with us Professor Rosa Lupes. Welcome, ma'am. Now, may I request the Joint Organizing Secretary, Dr. Ajit Gopi, Assistant Professor, Don Bosco College, to please come onto the dais. May I also request the Joint Organizing Secretary, Dr. Premananda Singh, Assistant Professor, National Sports University, to also grace the dais. We extend a warm welcome to each one of you. May I also invite Madam Padma Shri Kunjarani Devi to please come on to the dais. We extend a warm welcome to each one of you. Your support and presence here today adds immense value to this function. To officially commence our valedictory ceremony, I now invite Professor Sundar N. Durai, Registrar, National Sports University, to provide the welcome address.
Honorable Chief Guest, Minister of Sports and Youth Affairs and Rural Development Agency, Sri Govind Gaude, sir. Respected Vice-Chancellor of National Sports University, Professor Usha Nair. Distinguished guest, renowned Indian Kabaddi player, Sri Mohit Chillar. Padma Shri Award, Madam Kunjanara Devi. Esteemed my colleagues on the days, esteemed dignitaries, respected faculty members, researchers, esteemed delegates across the country and beyond, a very good evening to one and all. It is my honor and privilege to extend warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you on the occasion of this valedictory function of the prestigious international conference on Fit for Life. Over the past 3 days, we have witnessed enlightening discussions, insightful deliberations, and groundbreaking research presentations that have explored the multifaceted dimensions of fitness, well-being, and sports. This conference has not only provided a robust academic platform for knowledge exchange, but has also underscored a significance of leading life rooted in physical and mental fitness, a theme that resonates deeply with our contemporary lifestyles. This event would not have been possible without the collective vision and collaborative efforts of Goa University and National Sports University in partnership with Don Bosco College, Panjim. Together, we have endeavored to create a forum that bridges academia, sports, and community well being. We are deeply honored to have with us today our chief guest, Honorable Minister of Sports and Youth Affairs, Shri Govind Gaude sir, whose steadfast dedication for promoting sports and youth affairs has been truly inspiring. Sir, your presence here today is testament to your commitment to fostering a culture of fitness and sportsmanship among the youth of our nation. Notably, your able leadership sports ministry also took a significant initiative by bringing national games to Goa, making in 2023 a milestone in the state's sporting history. The successful hosting of national games not only showcased Goa's sporting potential but also reflected the state dedication to promoting fitness, sports, and at national level. We look forward to hearing your words of wisdom and will surely motivate us for all the participants, especially students. A special welcome to our Sri Mohit Chillar, a star of Indian Kabaddi, whose journey from humble beginnings to representing India on the world of stage, and also coming all the way for this particular conference. Your achievements remind us that with the determination, discipline, and fitness, no dream is beyond the reach. I also welcome the esteemed Vice-Chancellor of National Sports University, Professor Usha Nair. She has been working hard, okay, for several days, and she has made this particular event so successful. So we are very proud and we are very happy to collaborate with National Sports University. Ladies and gentlemen, as we draw with this conference to a close, let us take with us knowledge gained, the networks built, most importantly, the renewed commitment to championing the cause of fitness, not just a personal goal, but as a collective responsibility towards a healthy society. I also welcome Roses Lopez, President of ISCPS, for this particular valid function. Before I conclude, I would like to express my sincere gratitude on behalf of Goa University to all the keynote speakers from different 16 countries, participants, organizing committee members, volunteers, colleagues from Don Bosco, and all of you who have worked tirelessly to this particular conference a resounding success. Your dedication and enthusiasm have been the backbone of this particular success. I'm confident that the insights and experiences shared here will inspire further action, research, and policy development that contribute to the larger mission of fostering fit for life culture. With that, I once again extend a warm welcome to everyone. Look forward to an engaging and enriching validity function ahead. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your warm welcome and your kind words. Let us now formally welcome our chief guests and dignitaries with tokens of love and appreciation from Manipur. We have the traditional Lengian fee, which is a significance of welcoming. We also have a flower pot to welcome our chief guest, Shri Govind Gaude ji. May I now request Dr. Premananda Singh. May I now request Madam Professor Usha S. Nair to kindly felicitate the Registrar of Goa University. May I now request Dr. Premananda Singh, Joint Organizing Secretary, to kindly felicitate our Vice-Chancellor officiating National Sports University, Professor Usha S. Nair. May I request Dr. Premananda Singh to also welcome Professor Rosa Lopez, President XPACE. May I once again request Dr. Premananda Singh to also welcome Padma Shri Kunjarani Devi Madam. Moving on to provide us with a concise summary of the key takeaways from this conference. Okay. May I request Professor Usha S. Nair, Madam, to kindly felicitate the Joint Organizing Secretary, Dr. Ajit Gopi. He's an assistant professor of Don Bosco College, Panaji. May I also request Madam to kindly felicitate Dr. Premananda Singh, Assistant Professor, Physical Education, National Sports University, and Joint Secretary of the International Conference. Now, to provide a concise summary of the scientific deliberations and the key takeaways of the conference, I again invite Dr. S. Premananda Singh, Assistant Professor at the National Sports University, to present the report of the conference.
Thank you, Dr. Karen. Very good evening once again. Respected Honorable Sports Minister of Goa, Shri Govind Gaude, Professor Usha S. Nair, Vice-Chancellor, National Sports University, and also the Organizing Secretary of this conference. Professor Sundar N. Duriji, Registrar, Goa University, Padmasri and Kunjarani Devi, Olympian, Dr. Ajit Gopi, Joint Secretary and Assistant Professor, Don Bosco College, Panaji, Professor Rosa Lopez, the President of Indian Society for Comparative Physical Education and Sports, and all the esteemed speakers, delegates across the globe. It is my pleasure to stand before you today to give report on the successful completion of our three-day international conference on Fit for Life, empowering youth through physical education, sports, and traditional sports, held here at Goa University from 18 to 2025. First and foremost, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for your participation and contribution to the conference. Your presence and enthusiasm have made this event a truly memorable and enriching experience. The conference started with the pre-conference workshop on 17 February with the theme Use of Neurofeedback and Biofeedback in Sports Psychology by Mr. Mohit Chandra, the clinical psychologist from IIT Roorkee. The conference was inaugurated by Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Shri Pramod Sawanji, who have emphasized the need for promoting physical education and sports among the youth. The conference showcased a diverse range of perspectives with 250 delegates globally and 24 keynote speeches delivered by esteemed speakers from 16 countries. The conference was further enriched by the presence of representatives from UNESCO, the International Council of Sports Science and Physical Education, and International Society for Comparative Physical Education and Sports. This global representation enriched the discussion and fostered a unique exchange of ideas. About the technical sessions which was conducted, the conference showcased a diverse range of technical sessions focusing on the key themes such as physical education and sports for inclusive development, traditional sports and game, youth empowerment through sports adapted physical education, sports management, exercise physiology, sports nutrition, sports psychology, etc. A total of 139 technical sessions offer valuable insights and research finding in these areas. This conference has provided a unique platform for experts, researchers, policy makers, and practitioners to come together and share their knowledge, experiences, and best practices in promoting physical education, sports, and traditional sports among the youth. The conference also features three dynamic panel discussion sessions exploring the critical issues. On the very first day, the first panel discussion was held on the topic Bridging the Physical Education Sports Science Perspective for Innovation and Collaborations, which was chaired by Naoki Suzuki from Japan, Jeong Hyung Cho from Korea, and Takashi Fukushima from Japan. On the second day, two more panel discussion was conducted on the topic prioritizing the mental health, unlocking the key to athletic success with the distinguished panelists by Professor A.K. Joy Singh, Professor Rajesh Kumar, Padma Shri and Kunjarani Devi, Dr. Kuldeep Singh, Dr. Ningthaujam Devla Chanu, Mr. Mohit Chillar, Padma Shri Brahmanan Sankhwalkar. On the third panel discussion, the topic on winning age, physiology and nutrition, monitoring drive champions. Name of the panelists were Dr. Sam Sundarat, Padma Shri and Kunjarani Devi, Dr. Kiran Harish Tiwari, Dr. Arijit Chakraborty, Mr. M. Gauramangi Singh, and Mr. Mohit Chila. A sports science exhibitions complemented the conference, showcasing the cutting-edge assessment tools and technology used in sports sciences such as sports physiology, sports psychology, sports nutrition, and sports training. The outcome and recommendations from this conference. The conference concluded with a set of recommendations for promoting physical education, sports, and traditional sports among the youth. These recommendations include the integrating physical education into school curriculum, promoting traditional sports, emphasize the need for promoting traditional sports and game, which are an integral part of Indians' cultural heritage. Developing infrastructure. The conference also recommended that the infrastructure for sports and physical education be developed in schools and communities to promote participation and accessibility. The recommendations emerging from the conference are expected to contribute to the development of a comprehensive framework for promoting physical education, sports science, and traditional sports among the youth in India. As we conclude this conference, we are committed to taking forward the recommendation and outcomes of the conference. We will work tirelessly to promote physical education, sports, and traditional sports among youth and to create a healthier, more active, and more inclusive society. Once again, I would like to thank you all for your participation and support. And also, I would also like to thank our organizing committee, volunteers, sponsor for the tireless effort in making this conference a success. Let us continue to work together to empower our youth and to create a bright future for all. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Dr. Premananda, for that profound and detailed report of the conference, highlighting the important takeaways and directions emerging from the conference. Now, moving on, we now open the floor to our esteemed speakers and participants for a brief feedback. Your insights and experiences are valuable in shaping future conferences. May I invite Dr. Claire if you are here? Yeah.
Thank you. This is a very nice question. It is a tricky question as well because of the diversity of all the presentations that somewhere reflect the diversity of India. I've been to India a couple of years ago, and during this conference, I noticed that many youth engage in research. Many others ask questions. What I saw is that you participated even at 6:30 in the morning, which was an excellent idea to make the connections between us as keynote or panelists and you, the students, the PhD students, and among us. The diversity was also to have keynotes, to have panel sessions, oral sessions, and poster sessions, mixed, and opportunities to gather during tea breaks, which were also coffee and sandwich, which is something special. So thank you for the ones who organize all these wonderful meals as well, because it's something about culture that you shared with us. And I think that something was, I want to congratulate the students who stayed until today and who offered us a wonderful evening yesterday. So I want a big applause for the students for all what they did. And also, I would like to thank all the organization. When we arrived with the bus, we saw this, wow, like the Arch de Triomphe for this Congress. So thank you for all this organization. I know that it will have, for sure, an impact in India. But as we are coming from 16 countries from the world, it will have also an impact worldwide. And what I told, yeah, I told to some of the students, I think that you're lucky because you always smile, you always open your ears, your hands to suggestion, to innovation, and you share them among you and with others. So I think we, all of us, could give all of you a big applause for who you are and continue to be as you are. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for those loving and inspiring words. Now, I would request if there are any student participants or delegates who would want to share few thoughts or words or takeaways that they had from this conference.
So, good evening to our respected dignitaries, organizers, delegates, and my fellow friends. I am Swastik Kumar, a first year student pursuing Masters of Science in Applied Sports Nutrition under the Department of Sports Physiology and Nutrition at the National Sports University. The key takeaways that I gathered during the conference were the new innovations, researches, softwares, and applications which are being developed worldwide, understanding the latest trends in the sports ecosystem of which we all are a part of. We also got to learn about the importance of indigenous sports across the globe and the emotional connection between the culture and sports. Lastly, I got the opportunity of networking and developing new connections with like minds who are working hard to develop and promote sports, fitness, and health among people of the world, irrespective of the boundaries. Thank you.
Good afternoon to everyone. I'm Datniranjan. I'm a PhD research scholar in Department of Anthropology. I have traveled a lot to by asking questions, but however, I genuinely feel that I have to share my for feedback. As a sports anthropologist, I was very confused before coming to this conference about how I'm in last stage of my PhD research, and I thank Subrita sir from Sai, who has shared this conference, and I was very cocoon in my own world, and this conference has changed my life in a very different way. First of all, uh, I would like to thank Goa University for providing so beautiful accommodation facility for research scholars at very cheaper rate, and I thank Goa University for it. Secondly, thank you, Usha ma'am, for lining up so neatly the keynote speakers. Some of them have really changed my way of thinking. First of all, I want to thank Paulo. He gave me that epistemological dichotomy of looking at sports as a tool and sports as a competition, wherein which both of them work very differently. Thank you, Paulo. Secondly, I want to I'm very happy to get two keynote persons, that is Martin Toms and another one is Anand Ramprasad. I think he has left to his town, but I am really I found the same way of approach how I was looking at sports. Thank you to both of you. So thirdly, I want to thank Frank from New Zealand. He has changed the way of how I can look at the interaction of sports and society by sports mentoring concept. Lastly, I want to thank Rosa ma'am and Claire ma'am. I felt how sports can be compassionate so much for the inclusion and development of society per se. And as a researcher, I found two things. One is in India, we have so much to document so that we can make uh, good decision making, because there is so much subjectivity within the sports. So that documentation, I'm as a researcher, I'm very much inclined towards for next 30 years. If I'm going to turn 30 soon, but if for next 30 years, I'm thinking to work on that aspect. Secondly, I would like to, there is so much work the BPA teachers or physical education teachers does. I salute them because they work, I'm in field, I know how hard they work, sports coaches as well as physical education teachers, especially in rural areas. And as a researcher, we have been doing so much research, and we have been putting so much that you have to look at this, you have to look at that. But as a researcher, I felt after coming to this conference, we have to make the research so feasible at that ground level work, so that they can also be included in that and work for us. So that is what I have found out. And lastly, Fit for Life, I found the examples of three ladies, Usha ma'am, Claire ma'am, and Kunjarani ma'am. At that age, they are so fit, and they are just inspiration for us. They are so inspiration for us. And this is not only the conference has religious theme. This was not only fit for life; it was fit for mind and fit for soul for me. Thank you very much. Yes.
It was wonderful to hear such a lovely feedback from the students and experiences that they have gained from the conference. Now, may I also request Jens to please share a few words? Yes, Professor Usha Madam has a special request.
Thank you. Much have been said that is very, very true about this conference, and that I do not want to repeat or add. I will like to add the perspective from I would say, an experienced conference organizer, since I have organized about 14 international conferences and quite a few minor events. And I know that making a conference, first of all, takes a lot of coordination and a lot of hard work by a very big team, and not all of this work is visible. I know that many of you here have carried the invisible burdens, and I would like to start my first round of applause for all those who work invisibly. When you have feedback from participants after a conference, you will have comments about the food. I think we have nothing to complain about, but I know there are some people sensitive to chili. I think it has been a very, very enriching food experience, I must say. I don't know if I return more fit for life or more fat for life, but has indeed been wonderful. There can be comments about the location. I think this is a very, very good, up-to-date conference hall, and we have all been able to see and hear, and there's a technical staff that has also made the audiovisuals work in a brilliant way. You can have comments about the density of the program, or there are too many speakers. Jens, don't put so many speakers, and in parallel sessions, what should we choose? But I don't think we should complain that we can choose among many options. And I'm thoroughly impressed that you can raise the finances and the political will and the organizational determination to kick off in 1.5 years' time 2 major international conferences. I was personally very surprised to see that there were 27 invited speakers or something about that figure, and that really shows a very, very big and impressive determination. But we can talk about all the practicalities and the room, the food, the coffee, the setting, and all that stuff. But there's one element in a conference that trumps everything. Oh, sorry for using that word. That beats everything. And that is the spirit of the conference. And I think that, Usha, you embody that spirit, and you have, and your optimism and energy, and yes, energy, I think is the right word, unstoppable energy, has somehow been contagious for us and for the people around you. And that spirit entails some very, very important qualities in a scientific conference and in conference where also journalists and practitioners are invited. One is, and that is no given thing in the world today, we have a focus on facts. This is maybe a quality that we will have to fight very hard to preserve over the coming years. Facts. But how do we interpret facts then? What do we do with the facts? That is not something that is given. That's something we have to discuss between each other. And I think this conference has provided that open atmosphere that can inspire all of us to find the appropriate solutions and further development of our thinking when we get home. So for all that, I would give my warmest thanks. It was a privilege to be here. I would also thank on behalf of Anne, who had the special privilege of wearing a sari. I know I will be asked to show those photos many times in the time ahead. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that wonderful feedback. Thank all the participants and our esteemed keynote speakers who have provided such thoughtful experiences about the 3-day conference that we just had. We now have the privilege of hearing from our esteemed Vice-Chancellor officiating. I invite Professor Usha S. Nair, Madam, Vice-Chancellor of National Sports University, to provide the address.
Most respected chief guest of this function, Shri Govind Gaude Ji, Honorable Minister for Art and Culture, Sports and Youth Affairs and RDA, Government of Goa. esteemed registrar of the university, Professor Sundar N. Dhuri, Registrar, Goa University, and Padma Shri, Kunjarani Madam. Icon, I always say when an Olympian sits, then that we don't need anything else beyond it. Professor Rosa Lopez, I call her as the Iron Lady, and President of the Express. Dr. Ajit, who is Gopi, who is the Joint Registrar, Principal in charge of the Don Bosco College, and Dr. Premanand, who is also the Joint Registrar, National Sports University. All the esteemed guests, because a number of them are Dr. G. Kishore, Dr. Piyush Jain, and a number of you, we have the advisor on the Commonwealth Secretariat, so she'll, a number of you esteemed invited keynote speakers. So we have FISU here, we have people from the world universities, we have the Commonwealth Secretariat, we have a number of the esteemed vice-chancellors, and across, I think, more than 20 universities, international universities are present here. And all my dear invited national, international speakers, invited guests, and my dear students of the National Sports University and Don Bosco College. Indeed, it's been a proud moment because I dreamt of something, of having a conference. This all emerged with, there was a conference in November at BITS Pilani of Viksit Bharat 2047, where a point emerged that we need to do something for the youth, where to bring about a reduction in, say, inactive lifestyle. And I just had a discussion. When I was here, I met Ajit Gopi and Balachandra. And I just put it across. They said, why don't you have it in Goa? That's how it all started off. And then I dreamt of it, but finally I should thank the ministry for having given this opportunity, supporting us from all the way from Manipur. I have more than 50 students and 30 of my faculty, 80 contingent of 80 coming all the way from Manipur. And that makes a real difference. So I need to thank Secretary Madam, who is Secretary Youth Affairs and Sports, Madam Sujata ji, who has been very supportive. And I think that's made this possible. And here we had this particular conference, as suggested, we have more than 24 invited keynote speakers, national, international, of great repute. And we also had a pre-conference workshop, but more than that, Fit for Life, we tried to make it more. We translated what we had in the theory to make it into practical. So 2 days of fitness in one of the most beautiful places in Goa that we had. We had a 5K run, and I'm so happy. Madam ran 2 rounds. Kunjani ma'am, she was there. I think she was so excited. And I think it was something so good. And today we had again fitness challenge. And after that, we'd come back for the conference here, attend the keynote sessions. Then we had culture program. So I think it's been like an army training from morning till night for the 3 days. This is what our program was. And I'm sure this particular conference is very unique. And we also had a sports expo because we wanted to bring out and popularize, because most often when we talk of physical education, it's not understood well. They think what is there in sports? Because I think it's important to understand the sports science and what is behind it. And all our invited speakers, they made it visible that sports education is not an ordinary education. Maybe learning physics and chemistry or any other subject would be easier, but physical education and sports science is still tougher, because you should, I think, visit the library to see what it is. We need the physics, we need the chemistry, we need the biology, we go to the biochemistry. I think it's gone into technology, so that's how it happens. So I'm sure it's a really proud moment, because a number of these students and the faculty have opted for the sports science, which is, again, I feel the need of the hour. And so National Sports University, just to brief you, is the only university in the country. And it's again a vision of the Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji. And with that vision, Manipur being a powerhouse of sport, that's how you have a number of Olympians who come up from it. And with this, I feel this particular conference is going to pave way for many more things, as said, rightly pointed out, many more networking, and many more MOUs, best practices from across the universities and countries. For instance, from Japan, we said we'd like to have technology. So this particular conference is going to come up with a lot of resolutions, which will be forwarding to the Ministry of Education, and try to see that this will not be an ordinary conference as it was earlier. We'd see that, as Jens pointed out, to inspire each one to speak up, come up, and also take up research projects, and also to come up with best practices and physical education and traditional sports, how we can start off. That is what we actually hear. So I think Goa University, again, it's blessed. I need to thank the Vice-Chancellor of the Goa University, who supported us and gave us this platform here without anything. He's given us 3 conference hall. He's given us the hostels. So all the service, all the facilities given by the esteemed Vice-Chancellor of the Goa University. I need to thank Sir for all the support that he's rendered. So that's why I feel this particular, and I'm sure all the invited speakers, especially the international, were highly appreciative of the facilities and the approach and the hospitality and the love that people gave here. So all of them are going to carry such rich memories, and even including each one of us, irrespective of what our age is. You made us all feel, you made us all feel young, and I think all are energized by the go. So I'm sure they all look forward to come back again to Goa, I suppose, because that's what they look for, Goa University. So that's what it is. So, sir, I heard you are a great source of inspiration in the field of sport. You have been motivating and bringing up what I said about national games. So with all this, we look forward to many more things where you could think also of the physical education for which the case in which how we could promote it more. And definitely with your blessings, I'm sure the state of Goa will also be able to be coming up much higher. So I'd like once again, thank you to each one of you. And a special thanks, once again, I said, is to each one, especially the students, I would say, because you stayed from morning till evening and still you're energized here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam, for your unending support and your inspiring and energetic words. May I now invite Professor Rosa de Lopez, President IXPIS, to share a few words about the conference.
Namaste. Well, I don't know whether there are still some words that are needed to say after the wonderful speeches we have heard. But of course, I have to start by addressing the authorities. Sorry that I cannot say all your names, okay? But thank you very much to all of you for all the efforts you have done to make this event possible. I have to say that the first time we have this encounter with India started in a virtual way. And it all started back in Kerala. And that's when I first met a Professor Usha, Nair, with such an energy. And then she got connected. I had the chance before to meet also Professor Kishore in previous event. So as time went by, we were amazed by the certain things they were able to make, and that most of the time in the international academic work, we really don't know. So this time, coming here, having the chance to visit wonderful Manipur, and I know that some of you would say, wow, she's going to speak about Manipur in such a way? Yes, I had a wonderful welcoming there with very special people, wonderful students, caring. And there were 2 of us who decided to go there, and we are privileged. We are privileged to have had the chance to visit Manipur University, and I invite my colleagues in here also to take and go there. There are many things in the news, okay? But you know, sometimes they are right and sometimes they are wrong. But what I can tell you is that the hospitality you feel there is unique. So thank you very much to all my Manipurian friends for this to make it possible, okay? Now, besides that, of course, it is very impressive when you organize Congress in partnership, when you are not in your home. But dear Usha, when I think about her, I always we have a saying in Spanish, but I think it's similar in many places, like Mother Earth that takes care of everything. Well, she takes care of every single detail, and I think all of you here has faced. So when we were in the previous month discussing about this event, I said, but how come you are going to be in one place and the Congress in another one? Are you sure? And say, yes, we can make it. And then coming all the way here, because we came from Manipur to here to Goa, and it was 3 hours, and there's no direct flight, okay? 3 hours and a half, then 3 hours more. So for me, it was like flying from my country, Venezuela, to Peru. I mean, passing over two countries. So I was in the plane and thinking, okay, I hope everything is under control there. But of course, once we arrive here and we saw Ajit, I mean, taking all around, taking care, all the students, having every single detail under control, no words. Just nothing we can say. I have to say to the students how fortunate you are to have the chance to have this experience, and that the government of India, their authorities, and individual peoples have made it possible. I have to say, many students in the world, no, and me, I never had this chance being an undergraduate student. Like to meet people from FISU, for example, from IFAPA, from Play the Game, from Yapescave. So, from the Comparative Society, of course. So it's it I didn't even knew those organizations existed. Okay, so and you have had this chance. All our friends, all my colleagues, the ones who are coming from abroad, besides Martin, because Martin is nearly India. Okay, uh, I think we are all here. We are overwhelmed by all your hospitality, but moreover, we are open to speak with any of you, to exchange and to share and to keep growing, because the idea is to make network and to keep growing. That's basically what it means to be in this event. I also have to say that I want to congratulate the students. We had the chance to evaluate and to read abstracts and today posters, and the level you have for your research is excellent. Congratulations. I'm really very much impressed, and continue researching about India, okay? About your place, about your people, because that's what would make you continue growing. You are a superpower, okay? Perhaps you don't believe so, but you have such a potential that when India wakes up, I think the other nations will be worried. So, once more, thank you very much. Thanks to all the hospitality, and I think I'm just blessed for have had the chance to be here. And of course, you can count with the international society, and I know with all our friends here, you can count on us to continue doing research and network together. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, madam, for that compassionate and as well as inspiring words. I think it will help us to think differently about research and what we assume or what we imagine for future research in India. May I now invite Padma Shri Kunjarani Devi, madam, Olympic weightlifter, to also share a few words and thoughts about the conference.
Good evening to all, the respected sir, Minister of Home Sports, Shri Govind Gaude, and respected Usha Madam, and others dignities, and foreign delegates, and especially Sir Dr. G. Kishore Sir. Whatever I stand here in the guidance of the Kishore Sir, because my career start from 1989 when our Indian coaching camp is start in, that is 1989 June in Bangalore Kangaroo Science Center, and Sir was there. Sir is a person, a weightlifter, and uh, for all this giving me to gathering, this all goes to Usha Madam. Uh, and I will not take too much time because continuously 3 days I'm here and I'm sharing everything. It is for me, it's very surprise, and how many जितना ओलंपिक खेली थी उसे और more giving me more propriety when I participate in the Olympic. That time not too much famous and nobody known, maybe less, but from 18 to 20, I think more Indian and pura world is recognized me again, reborn me. That's why I'm thank you so much, ma'am, and I welcome to all the entire foreign delegates, and I want to say again to congratulate all the university students from Manipur and the other entire state come. You people are very lucky because of this उषा मैडम जैसा आपकी लीडर इज लीडर का आपकी इनकी योर head, his her hand is hand for your head, just blessing. So you are very all this with this word. Thank you all, and thank you again, Usha Madam. You are giving me reborn. Reborn. Thank you.
Thank you, Kunjarani Madam, for always being a positive force for NSU, for National Sports University, and being present here all the 3 days, inspiring us. Your presence itself is positive and inspiring. Thank you so much, Madam, for your kind words. Moving on, we have the most important or most eagerly awaited session for this program or function, which is the awards distribution, or let me say certificates. We had a series of presentations, both oral, poster, and the students have done their immense best to provide different perspectives from different backgrounds, from physical education, from sports coaching, from sports sciences. They have come forward and presented their research work. So to do the honors, uh, I would like uh, to invite the chief guest to present the awards. And before we announce the awards, uh, we'll start off with the best poster presentation awards. And there are three students who have been shortlisted by the scientific committee. So I will call out the names, and I hope the students are around. If you're around, please come on to the dais. Miss Paraima Nangtam. She is a student, master student of the National Sports University, and she presented a poster on effect of protein supplementation on reactive agility tests on a soccer player. It was a case study. Next, moving on to the second best poster award, which goes to Preetham Kapil D, National Sports University. His poster was on estimation of sweat loss and total body water changes among university level badminton players. The next award goes to Vaibhav Bhuva, Department of Sports Coaching, National Sports University. His poster was presented on the topic Comparison of Notational Characteristics in Men's Singles between Rio and Tokyo Olympic Games. Moving on to the Best Oral Presentation Award. And it goes to Chinmay Pratap Jalmi from the University of Savitri Phule, Pune University. The study was on relationship between smartphone compulsive usage and psychological health among students of Savitri Phule, Pune University. We have one more award for the best oral presentation, which is for Meghma Nag Chowdhury, PhD scholar, National Sports University. Her presentation was on exploring the association between chronotype prevalence, sleep quality, and behavior in athletes of Thang Tha. Finally, we move on to the last award which we have, that is for the Young Scholar Award, and it goes to the best overall presentation scientifically as well as the skills of the scholar that was during the oral presentation that was evaluated, and it goes to Harshvardhani S for her work on optimizing female athletic performance, exploring menstrual cycle informed dietary and training practices. She has done her research in ICMR National Institute of Nutrition, Hyderabad, and is presently doing a private practice. That brings us to the end of the scientific awards. We also have been doing a lot of fitness activities in the morning, and everyone has suggested that it should be inclusive. So there are categories, delegate, student, and even children who are receiving different cash prizes. When I call out the name, since I hope that all of them who are fit have won this prize, would come running onto the stage, because we have a lot of prize winners here. For the 5-kilometer run, for the delegate category, the first position goes to Takashi. The second position goes to Sam. And the third position goes to Dr. Harish Kumar Tiwari. I announced. Now for the 5-kilometer student category, the first position goes to Mayank Rathore. For the 5-kilometer run, second position, student category, goes to Eric. The third position goes to Priyanshu, all from the National Sports University. For the child category of 5-kilometer run, it goes to Master Vincent. For tail pulling, the first position goes to Harish Kumar Tiwari. The second position goes to Subrata Day. Next up. For tail pulling, third position goes to Professor Usha S. Nair, madam. Tail pulling student category, the first position goes to Devasan. Second position, Mrinal Joshi. Third position, Vishal. All from National Sports University. For the push-up challenge, first position goes to Dr. Ajit Gopi, Goa, Don Bosco College. The second position goes to Dr. Harish Kumar Tiwari. Third position goes to Avoini. For push-up, the first place student category goes to Lavdesh. Krishna, second place. Third place, George. Push-up challenge, Miss Nidhi. Spoon race, delegate category. First position goes to Suzuki. Second position goes to Dr. Arijit Chakravarti. Hey. Arijit. Third position for the spoon race goes to Pralay Kanti Sarkar. Spoon race delegate first position Rajendra Kumar. Spoon race second position Vijay Kumar, delegate category. Spoon race third position Dr. Shyam Sundar Rath in the senior category. Spoon race student spoon race student first position goes to Diksha, second to Vishal, third position to Rahul Kumar, and Arjun, second position for spoon race student category. Arjun. That's it. Yeah, it is done. Thank you so much for your active participation and energy, also in receiving the awards. Thank you so much. It is an honor now to hear from our esteemed chief guest, Shri Govind Gaude ji, who is a sports minister, Government of Goa. Please welcome sir for the valedictory address.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends. On the onset of this closing ceremony, we have among us a very smiling lady, Vice-Chancellor Madam Usha Nair ji, my own registrar of the Goa University, Shriman Sundar Dhuriji, Professor Rosa Lopez, Padma Shri, and Olympian Madam Kunjirani Devi, Dr. Ajit, Dr. Premanand, all the delegates who has come all the way from across the border and the internationally, professors, non-teaching staff, and my students' friends who hails from the National Sports University from the Manipur. First of all, I'm congratulating to each and everyone over here for being participated in the international conference Fit for Life. Every man in this world wanted to live a very healthy life, to achieve something in your chosen field. And I think I need not to talk more about the sports science, the nutrition, because you are the master in all field. But as far as practicality is concerned, if you want to be very fit and if you want to be live very healthy life, then definitely we have to have a very good sleep. Then only it is possible us to live a very healthy life throughout the years. Madam was just talking with me regarding, and my one Japanese friend has also come over here. And when Madam talk about the Japan, the technology, and what I've learned, what I've read from Ikigai book, it is one of the most important, very knowledgeable book, which speaks about the passion, which speaks about the profession, vocation, and the morality therapy. Am I right, my dear Japan friend? Yeah. I think being a very only fit, it is not possible us to live a very healthy life. The thoughts are very important. And what we need to have in the life is that the responsibilities we have to shoulder. We have to extend the gratitude. We have to be a very good mentor that has been proved by Olympian Madam Devi ji. She has said that I got a very good mentor. That's why I have reached to the such a great heights. My dear friends, I think everybody has come from the aircraft over here. An aircraft, when you are talking about, it takes, when it kick off or takes off, then by the automatically or the signal, it flies. But after kicking the second flight, I think that every part of the aircraft has to be checked, has to be maintained properly. And it is same like that in the human body. That most of the time, what we seen is that we are going for the jogging, we are going for the running, we are walking, we are going in the gym. But we are just going for couple of weeks or 1 month of time, and then we leave it. And that is not the exercise, that is not the how we need to stay very healthy. But unless and until we tone up our muscle very strongly, unless and until we get stretching and the strengthening, it's very difficult us to maintain ourselves. And this is why, if we want to fly high, because a man-made aircraft is flying high. And if you want to fly high in your chosen field, if you want to achieve the success, then the target is must. Target is must. As it is already, you have given a lot of rewards, 5K run, then the push-ups, then the spoon. And what I understand from this international conference is that, and when I have traveled to the different parts of the country and internationally, most of the countries are giving the maximum immense support in the sporting field, because as far as my knowledge is concerned, if we talk about the economy, worldwide economy, I think 8.9% of worldwide economy is there in the sports fraternity. And that is why we have to always, because only taking the education or studying for the earning the salary, it won't give us a satisfaction, the mental satisfaction. We need to train. We need to a very good mentor. We have to be a very good counselor, then only it is possible us to get the traction. And we have to always be a role model, because unless and until we do not set up a role model before our eyes, it's very difficult us to reach at that time what we are targeting for. And that is why a kind of international conferences, a sports conferences fit for life, is very much important in the today's era. And that is why I congratulating to the National Sports University of Manipur for taking this initiative and bringing all the international delegates almost from the 16 countries to exchange the knowledge, to exchange the ideas, to know the whereabouts about the different countries. And unless and until we are not going to have the debate, discussions, then it is not possible us to give something to the society. And that is why most of the coaches, most of the uh, are not related to the individual countries, because many coaches are there, many managing skills are there, who is giving their knowledge to the inter countries or the interstate. And that is why a kind of conferences is a platform to express, to share the experience, as Madam Rosa Lofis and Madam Devi has shared the experience. And without the support of anybody, it's very difficult. And that is why this conference has got a very immense important. I was when I come in this campus, Madam was there to welcome me at the gate. But when I see to her smiling face, that makes us motivate to stay very healthy and fit. Because smile, today's most of the people are not smiling. I don't know in what life, in which world they are living. When a person is giving a smile to the opponent person, even the person is in tension, he's going to get rid out all the stuffs or all the tension. And that is why when we are meeting in the morning or in the late in the evening or in the afternoon, we have to be very very smiling, because unless and until we have to give an opportunity to the people who are the person who is who we are meeting. And that is why I think these are the very short words, but it helps us to stay very fit and healthy. And of course, now one of the lady has presented different papers. It's very important. I think this is the time we have to give the food to our brain. And that is why today we are eating a junk food, but homemade food is the best food to the brain, unless and until we are not talking about the nutrition We are not talking about the rest is also important, responsibilities. And that is what we need to have is the passion, determination, perseverance, perspective, principle, and the most important thing is the discipline. Discipline is the most important thing when you wanted to be a very fit and have to live very healthy life. Most of the time, I will say out of 100, 90% people, when turning on the alarm before they sleep, only 10% people in this world is following this discipline. Am I right? Yes. And that is the way. Discipline is the most important factor. And once we addicted of it, every time, every morning, every day will make a very healthy day, very smart day. And you will going to walk, you are going to run, you are going to talk in a very differently because it gives a moral support. It gives you to stand or you to stand more effectively before anybody. And that is why if we want to live very healthy life, I think we have to do a very routine exercise, daily exercise, just like we are fueling to the aircraft, we are greasing to the aircraft, whether it is in very good condition or not, it is the responsibility of that engineer to take whether the aircraft is going to kick off or not. I think this is the discipline. This is the timetable has been put by the aircraft authority or the airport authority because we are playing with the life of the different people. And that is why if we want to be very fit and healthy, I think every day in everyday business, we have to involve our thought in the process. I'm not going to take more time. I'm very much thankful, and I hope, being me as also an art and culture minister, I welcome all the foreign delegates and hope you have enjoyed the comfortable stay in the beautiful state of Goa, India. And I wish you all the best in your future. I hope I come to understand from the Madam Usha Nair ji that next conference will be held in the New Zealand because it gets an opportunity to travel, to know about the culture, to know how we can be a very fit and live a very healthy life. Thank you so much for listening me patiently, and God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for the inspiring words, sharing about the importance of mentorship and support that we give to develop each other to become better individuals as well as better researchers in sports science and in the fields related to sports. Moving on, to express our gratitude, we would like to now present mementos to our chief guests and dignitaries as a token of appreciation for their valuable time and insights. May I request our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Usha Madam, to present a memento, which is a Kangla Gate, to our chief guest, Shri Govind Gaude ji. May I also request Madam to present a memento to the Registrar, Goa University. It is a model of Sagol Kangjai, which is a Manipuri polo. May I request Madam to also share a memento to Professor Lopez, Rosa Lopez. Also, may I request our chief guest to kindly give a memento to Padma Shri Kunjarani Devi Madam, an Olympian. May I request Usha Madam to also give a token of our appreciation and love to the Joint Organizing Secretaries, Dr. Ajit Gopi, and also to Dr. Premananda Singh of the National Sports University. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. May I also call Dr. Balchandra to kindly come forward and receive a memento as a token of our love and appreciation.
Balachandra has been very instrumental from the University of Goa from the very beginning. I think for the past maybe 2 weeks, round the clock has been working. Thank you so much. Call Dr. Chancellor. Let's
May I also invite Dr. Shyam Sundar Rath, sir, Associate Professor, National Sports University, to kindly come forward and receive a memento as a token of our appreciation for organizing this conference smoothly. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam. Now, to conclude this wonderful gathering, I now invite Dr. Ajit Gopi, Assistant Professor at Don Bosco College, Panjim, and the Joint Organizing Secretary of this conference to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. If I'm not mistaken, otherwise, good evening. Uh, Chief Guest, Honorable Shri Govind Gaude, Minister of Arts and Culture, Sports and Youth Affairs, and RDA, Government of Goa. Honorable, uh, Honorable Vice-Chancellor, Professor Usha S. Nair, National Sports University, Imphal. Respected Professor Sundar N. Dhuri, Registrar of Goa University. Professor Rosa Lupus, President of International Council of Comparative Physical Education and Sports. Padma Shri Ms. Kunjirani Madam, former Olympian. Respected Dr. S. Premananda Singh, Assistant Professor, National Sports University, Imphal. Ladies and gentlemen, great achievements do not happen overnight. They are a result of relentless effort, dedication, and collective contribution of many individuals working tirelessly behind the scene. Today, we conclude the remarkable international conference on Fit for Life. It's our privilege to acknowledge and appreciate the effort of all those who made this event resounding success. First and foremost, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, Honorable Chief Guest, Sri Govind Gaude, Minister of Arts and Culture, Sports and Youth Affairs, and RDA, Government of Goa, for gracing our valedictory function with his esteemed presence. Your and also everything you are doing for the fraternity of sports and youth affairs in the state of Goa and making our life easy and better. Thank you, sir. Next, we deeply thankful to Professor Usha S. Nair, or some people call it Big Boss, our Vice Chancellor of National Sports University, Imphal, for her leadership and unwavering support throughout this conference. Professor Anderson rightly mentioned, She has such energy which contagious, and it is spread to all of us, and not only to human, to everything in this Goa. And thank you for bringing that energy to us. Thank you. We would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to Professor Sundar Enduri, Registrar of Goa University, for his warm welcome, and as well as felicitating the seamless execution of the event with the multiple meetings and instruction. Thank you, sir, for making this happen. Thank you. Next, I would like to extend our sincere gratitude to Professor Rosa Lopez. She's not only the president of International Council of Comparative Society and Sports, also a representative of international delegates across the world. And I appreciate for sharing your expertise with us, and also I appreciate for learning some of our language and gestures, and wearing the culture, our cultural traditional dress, and you all of you try to become one of us, and you are one of us. Thank you for coming. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Padma Shri Kunjirani Madam from Olympian. As ma'am rightly mentioned, we had a 5-kilometer run or walk competition, whereas she finished twice before me. She, so thank you so much for the energy, ma'am, and keep inspiring us. Thank you, ma'am. Uh, to all the keynote speakers, delegates, and participants, thank you for your active engagement and valuable contribution. Your feedback, insight have enriched the discussion and will undoubtedly help, help to shape the future of physical education, sports, and traditional sports, not only in Goa, across the world, because we have a 16, you know, pa- international participation, different countries. Thank you so much. We also grateful to our organizing team, that is National Sports University Imphal, Manipur, Goa University, and Don Bosco College Panjim for their meticulous planning and execution. Your dedication and teamwork has been backbone of this event. Lastly, we thank our supporting staff, technical staff, and volunteers from National Sports University, Goa University, and Don Bosco College Panjim. Oh boy, I wish I could take everybody's name individually and thank them, because they work tirelessly behind the scene to ensure that everything of this runs smoothly. Many of them had half an hour sleep for last 5 days. I'm sure you made this event possible. Thank you so much. On behalf of all of us, you made this event possible. Thank you. As we conclude, let us carry forward the lesson and inspiration from the conference. Together we empower our youth and build healthier, fitter, and most vibrant future. Thank you all once again, and we may continue to strive the excellence in our endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ajit Gopi, for that elaborate vote of thanks, not forgetting to mention anyone and everyone is being acknowledged. Now, we come to a close of this event, and as a mark of respect and unity, may I request each one of us to rise for the national anthem. जनगण अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगाल विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय Jai. Jai. Following this, we invite all dignitaries and participants for a group photograph to capture the memories of this incredible event. May I request everyone to please come forward for a group photograph.